then you and Oscar got it going in the second half. So how do you explain the game?
It's just something that Coach talks to us about all the time as captains. We just need to be a solid foundation of the team, even if we're not having the best scoring game or just doing what we do. And just finding our edge on defense. Playing defense helps us out a whole bunch, as you guys can probably see. We had a terrible offensive first half, but our defense kept us in it. We knew that our defense would sustain into the second half, and we knew that offense, if we got it going, we could come out with the win.
Davis, what was the discussion at halftime when obviously a lot was going wrong on offense, but the defensive energy was fantastic, kind of getting both sides started?
Coaches told us like this is the worst. This is like probably the worst we could play in a half, and we took that to heart. We're like we didn't prepare all these weeks and everything that we did over the summer to just come out and just not do what we do. So he just helped us refocus. Made a little adjustments on offense, just instead of like just keep going back door, come over the top a couple times, just mixing it up, getting in our ball screens. He just gave us a whole bunch of offensive tips, get us going offensively, and he knew that our defense, if we just kept our edge on defense, we can be an elite defensive team.
Bryce, could you just talk about what you saw from Daejon on the defensive half in this game? It seemed like he was everywhere, deflecting every ball, getting every steal.
Yeah.
That's him too. That's him too.
Nah, that's you. That was you. It's amazing to see, just to see how active he is, and it kind of just inspires me to try and do the same thing, so we could try and have the best defensive backcourt out there that's around. And it was just how we both could just switch everything, play 1 through 4 on the defensive end, and that's just such a great asset to have on the team.
And how much, was not having Ty on the offensive side, an impact, and kind of what happened in the first half, and what adjustments were you able to make in the second half?
Ty's a great player, and the other teams want to key in on him. And losing a key player in the first half on our offense, you could see it was a little lackadaisical, and we were trying to figure out just our way into the game. In the second half, we figured that out. Daejon was our spark plug, and 8-11 from the field, and was just huge for us in the second half.
So Daejon, how much maybe inside was it that you played against a couple guys from your hometown area?
Those are my guys, but I knew exactly what they were gonna do. I told them. You probably saw it a couple of times. Khalil, number 0, he just wants to get out there and get up his shots. He's a great player. I knew that they were feisty, both of those guys. And we played against this team last year. We owe them, and we knew that going in. So I was familiar with a couple guys on this team, but it always means a lot to see people that you saw grind from like middle school, elementary school. When I first started playing basketball, and Khalil, Shabazz, and I'm just proud of them. And sorry you couldn't get the win today.
Can you guys talk about the minutes that James gave you in the second half?
Oh my gosh, I've never seen it before. I was so happy for him at the end of the game. Yeah, you could tell him better. But
yeah,
talking.
Keith was our real anchor down there, calling out all ball screens, fighting with Jimbo Lowe's, the big body down there, and just seeing him just grow before our eyes is great to see.
And now this is the standard for him, so if he does anything worse, gotta hold him accountable.
So the positive you guys can take out is that you had the ability to get over what happened in the first half and have the resiliency to come back and win. Is that big going into Pac-12 play?
Huge. I would say the way we fought back today is gonna pay dividends when we're deep in the Pac-12 play and we're maybe on the road or down 5 with like 2 minutes left, and we're gonna look at each other like we looked at each other today, and we're gonna get it done. So just the way we fought back today was huge for us and will pay dividends in the future.
And our conditioning too.
Yeah.
We run so much, you guys, and it's all to prepare us for this. And like sometimes you can't really see the vision, but no, seriously though, shout out to Mike. He really gets us ready, and Coach does a great job of managing our body. So just knowing when to load us and when not to. Like you see, like there's guys playing big minutes on our side. Yeah, our conditioning really played a huge role going into that media. Maybe a year ago, we would have probably collapsed or broke down mentally and physically, but we felt that type of exhaustion having to go out there and perform. So just practice and conditioning and just everything, I think is going to help us moving forward and help us keep pushing, especially late in games like that, especially like conference games at home when we need to close them out or on the road when we're trying to steal one.
right, you
More
got,
for the guys and then Coach Sun's way.
you got the big tournament coming up at the Chase Center. How excited are you guys about that? And of course, the ladies already played over there. They actually christened it. So how do you guys feel about playing over there, this new fangled arena over San Francisco?
It'll probably be crazy.
Chase Center.
Yeah, we just played in the Sprint Center, so I don't really know how size-wise how it compares to that or anything. But I mean, it's super nice to be able to play local. I mean, I think last time we got to play locally in a neutral site game was my freshman year versus Kansas, maybe in Sacramento, kind of local. So I think just playing on an NBA court, getting that type of vibe is just gonna be a good experience for us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Sir, thank you.
I'm sitting here as a proud coach right now. Obviously, the first half in particular was not a thing of beauty on the offensive end, but the defense, that was, and really throughout the entire game, a thing of beauty. And the way the guys are competing, and there's some tough guys in that locker room we have right now. San Francisco have a ton of respect for their program and what they're doing. Really well coached. It's a darn good team that's going to have a really good year this year. And for us to get that win and offensively maybe not be firing on all cylinders the whole game is a heck of a win for us.
So would you say, even though he's a young player, that the absence of Ty really did a job on you guys in the first half?
Yeah, no question. Ty adds so much to this team. His presence, his ability to get us into things, his scoring, his playmaking, all those things were certainly missed. And it does just take a little bit of time to kind of reset and get adjusted on the offensive end. Daejon, and we'll talk probably more about him, but he was unbelievable as he got going in that second half. But no question that we missed Ty today, and hope to have him back soon.
You talk about the way that Daejon sparked the team defensively today?
He's been really consistent on that end of the floor. He absolutely sparked the team defensively, but he sparked it from a leadership perspective. He sparked it in the second half on the offensive side of the basketball. I don't know, 8 years as a head coach now, that I've ever been more proud of one player. He's growing up and doing so many things on and off the court, and it's really been fun to be a part of it.
So not to get all personal, but did you have to get on Oscar to do something in the second half? With 2 points in the first half, and then he came out, with some conviction in the second half.
He absolutely did, and Daejon was going downhill, and Oscar was getting some post touches in the second half, and that kind of unlocked things a little bit. Oscar's a captain, and I'll try and push some buttons every once in a while, but the reality is he knows when he's playing well, he knows when he's locked in, and I think it was more self-correct, in that halftime, and he did a great job coming out.
What was San Francisco doing on the defensive end that gave you guys so much trouble in the first half, and what adjustments were made in playing better?
Yeah, they were keeping us on the sideline, and they did a nice job with it, and I think we allowed it to happen maybe a little bit too much. We changed some cuts, changed a little bit of our offensive package in the second half to keep the ball a little bit more in the middle of the court, but I think there's some things we can do and hopefully apply them better as we move forward. But they had a nice game plan and did a nice job executing what they were doing.
Coach, can you describe the impact of Spencer staying locked in and being clutch down the stretch?
Pretty big, huh? 3-point shots, the free throw, the whole bit, and certainly I have a ton of confidence in him. The players have a ton of confidence in him, and I think we're seeing game in, game out. He has a lot of confidence in himself. And shoot, if I shot like that, I'd probably have a lot of confidence in myself too.
Coach, you guys are ranked number 9 coming in today in the net ranking. Was there any sort of added weight coming in today's game with those expectations?
No. There was pressure on ourselves just in terms of wanting to play a good game against a very good team. Pressure in terms of trying to achieve our season-long goals and continue to get better. But the rankings and things, I guess if you can ask the guys, but I haven't said one thing about them. And I don't know that it's anything we really need to worry about right now, and I don't think the guys are as well.
Daejon and Bryce lit up talking about the impact that James had in the second half. From your perspective, what did he bring to the court?
Energy, defensive rebounding, great ball screen coverage, some beautiful free throws from time to time, but he played his heart out.
So, Coach, back-to-back local games, and now you go up to San Francisco. So once again, how excited are you about playing these games in this general Bay Area?
Extremely excited. You know, it's nice to, if we're playing away from Maples, be able to drive there. You know, and the Chase Center is a beautiful, beautiful place, and we know we're going to have a very good team we're playing against and going into a break, and it's kind of the next step in our journey. Today I'm going to enjoy this one, and tonight I'm going to enjoy this one, and then tomorrow we'll recalibrate and get ready for that one.
They beat you last year at their own place. Can you talk about the impact it had this year and kind of the energy tonight playing in Maples instead?
Last year's game, again, I don't want to speak for our guys, but from my perspective, we didn't talk about last year's game. We have plenty of motivation right now internally. We have plenty of, we have an idea that this year's team is unique and different than last year's team. We respected the heck out of San Francisco, and so this year is kind of its own entity with how we're doing things. And I don't really need to play a lot of mind games or give the guys motivation. They're playing their hearts out, and I think it's just internally driven right now and driven in regard to helping the team get better.
Going into dead weekend finals, we talked about kind of the importance of getting building up the conditioning. Can you talk about, did you see the impact you wanted in having that last group go for about the last 10 minutes of the game?
Yeah, the conditioning piece during the finals, you know, break there was important, and it wasn't the only thing we did. We certainly spent some time and had some good hard practices. But I think offensively, we were able to add some things that we're not quite polished up on yet, and so we need to continue to clean those up. Defensively, we continued to work on our ball screen coverages and, you know, doubling the post and flying around, which I think really paid off. And through all that, the conditioning I think did go up just a tick, and we're going to need to have that moving forward.
So I know it's far away, but it is your next home game. You got Kansas coming in here. What would that feel like for you?
I don't know. I'm going to enjoy competing and preparing for this next game, and I'm going to have an awesome Christmas with my family, and then we'll focus on that one.
Coach, can I have your first half offensive game plan? I'd like to put that.
I stole it from your great teams, Coach.
We had one or two.
That wasn't a thing of beauty, was it? Have a good night.
Good job.
Thank you.
Anything else, Coach? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.